Mera Radio Entertainment.
Hey, listen, today's episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus gives you total control to watch anything, anytime, anywhere. Watch classic shows or all your current favorites. Act now and get a cool special deal just for TMOS listeners. An absolutely free extended trial of Hulu Plus. Just go to huluplus.com/TMOS. Remember, that's huluplus.com/TMOS. And now, the show.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeOMaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's Friday, Oscar.
Viernes.
And we gotta get.
Yeah, we do.
Now, you know, it's messy. It's messy in Syria. That's giving it all the best of it to say it's messy over there. And what we want to do is get to the bottom of it.
When I tune into CNN, I love it when Anderson Cooper says, it's messy in Syria.
It is. It's a. You know what it is? It's a flippin' mess. Luckily, we have with us the Russian Affairs Minister, the Russian Foreign Affairs Minister, Sergei Lavrov is on the phone. Sergei.
The name is Sergei Lavrov.
Sergei Lavrov.
You don't understand how to pronounce the word. That is what we would call in Russia diplomatic faux pas.
Well, I'm really not a diplomat.
Well, you're American. That means you don't pay attention to detail about Russia's involvement in international relations with Syria and also the People's Republic of China, another big, strong country you tend to piss off on a regular basis.
Don't care for the people.
I don't care for you.
What?
Yeah, I come into your forum to be guest on show. You're supposed to actually treat nice, and you don't treat nice. What's wrong with
Sergey,
you?
Let me do a better...
You don't even do proper introductions on show. What is wrong with you, fathead?
Here's a proper introduction, okay?
I want proper introduction to show on... I have been told by handlers, this is very powerful American podcast.
Yeah, it's a first-class outfit.
And you go worldwide.
Yes.
International.
First class. You go worldwide to homes all the way from Botswana,
right,
all the way to Australia,
right,
and most of Soviet Union as well. Excuse me, Russia.
Hey,
Mother Russia.
Mother Russia. Slip of tongue calling it former Soviet Union happens all the time. We were all KGB.
Yeah, you messed up there, huh?
It is not polite in diplomatic circle to point out that guest on show screws up language.
All right, let me give you
Popov.
Yes. No, it's Lavrov.
Oh.
Let's give him the introduction and start anew.
Okay,
because I feel we've gotten off.
Sergei
Popov.
Laparoscopy.
No, Lavrov. What we're going to do is we're going to discuss the mess that's over there in Syria because it's messy.
I don't intend to go into great detail on the international affairs of Syria and Mother Russia. Not productive at this time. Negotiations with the United States are at very sensitive juncture.
Okay, so let's introduce him. This is the Russian Foreign Affairs Minister,
yes,
Sergei Lavrov.
Thank you. That is proper. Now introduce me to your people on show.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Oscar. Sergei, this is Oscar.
Oh, I've done studies on you. You're from Bolivia.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
how did you know that?
I know everything about everyone.
Former KGB.
I know you have Rob Spivak, who is sensitive to Mother Russia's certain policies.
What policy is that?
The anti-gay policies.
Oh, no, you see, that's silly.
Oh,
yes.
I thought you meant your pro-vodka policy.
I was told that when I come on show, do not talk to Santana, talk to Spivak, because he is big, fat bigot, just like you are.
Hey, you know who you'd like to talk to?
What's that?
Do you have any backstory on Bloom?
Bloom. Matt Bloom?
Yeah, Matt Bloom.
Oh, yes, I have. He is, let me look through my papers here. He is Pony Boy. Yeah. Pony Boy is engineer and camera operator for Mike O'Mara Show. Yeah. Lives with mother at beach and chain smokes.
That's right. He's very skinny.
That's exactly right.
Very skinny.
Yes.
Do you have a question for him? He's here.
Spivak is family man with large refrigerator, large American refrigerator, chock full of sugary substances.
That's me.
Oscar Santana.
Yeah.
All it says is, good-looking girlfriend keeping it tight.
That's all you need to know.
Soon to be married to yoga instructor.
Right. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Show run by Mike O'Mara. He tends to not come in at the beginning of show so he can drink Russian vodka
Do you like him?
before show starts every day midday.
No, do you
Mike O'Mara has done show drunk for past 27 years. Wow. He can normally be found at bar after show and prior to show in own kitchen drinking vodka out of freezer.
Do you have anything about his son?
His brand new son is called Michael Kaiser Wilhelm
No.
O'Mara. Michael William O'Mara,
Michael William.
7 weeks today.
That's right.
Yes, that's great. Baby boy, we value son so much deeply in Mother Russia. It is badge of honor to have son.
What about a daughter?
Daughters, we don't care so much, except, they're good for one particular purpose in Russia. That's the way we look at that. Most of women in Russia, you have to agree.
yeah.
Beautiful, gorgeous women. Look at some of our tennis players, like Popolomov.
Oh, she's very good.
Yes.
Mr. Popov.
Yes.
Lavrov.
I apologize. Popov vodka. I just think that
we have brand new tennis star. He is very young, coming up through ranks of international tennis community.
Yeah?
Yes, her name is Papaloma.
Oh, no.
She will be the biggest and the best of all.
I saw a video of her on YouTube.
I saw a video, I think you saw a video back in biology class when you were in schoolboy in Virginia, living with your big daddy.
You don't like that? You know anything about my grandfather?
I know everything about you. KGB has briefed me on all of you.
Wow.
Quick question.
Yes.
We started off this conversation with Syria.
Syria.
Oh, it's a mess.
What is the official government stance on Syria?
I have first of all the authorized statement made by Mother Russia.
It's
and
a prepared statement?
Then I have personal belief. Which you want first?
Please.
I would like the prepared
authorized
statement.
statement?
Prepared statement, yes.
We do not believe at this time international sanctions or military actions by other countries are warranted against government of Syria. There is no definitive evidence that they have provided that shows that chemical warfare in any way, shape, or form was used against people of Syria.
All right, and your personal thoughts.
No big war.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Laurie, hey, you're home early.
This place is a wreck. Who are these girls?
You know, they're hookers, so it's fine.
What the hell is this?
Oh, my God, where are my manners? Laurie, this is Angelique, Heavenly, Shireen, and Sauvignon Blanc. I love you girls. You know, somewhere out there are 4 terrible fathers I wish I could thank for this great night.
I don't understand. I really don't. 35 years old and you're still scared of a little thunder.
I am not.
Thunder buddies for life, right, Johnny?
Right.
All right, come on, let's sing the thunder song.
All right.
When you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your thunder buddy and say these magic words. F*** you, thunder, you can suck my dick. You can't get me thunder because you're just God's farts.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from Studio 1K in the Fiberplex Broadcast Center. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are downloaded worldwide 20 million times and powered by Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C.
What's that?
And the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is Friday, September 6, 2013, and we are brought to you by FanDuel.com.
You got the fever, Mike. I seen it.
I do have the fever.
I seen the fever.
Yeah,
He's so excited he was actually talking to intern Josh.
Listen,
You hate talking to intern Josh.
intern Josh is my surrogate general manager for my fantasy football league on FanDuel.com.
Yes.
And intern Josh informed me when he walked in today, I said, did you get it in there? Did you get all the information in on FanDuel? Did you participate so we can have some fun this first week of the NFL season? And he said to me, we had Peyton Manning last night.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
And have you also noticed that when intern Josh talks about something he loves,
Right.
he gets Joshier?
Yes.
He said, because
we
a
had-
lot of people don't like to play it that way.
You're in 3 different leagues.
So we're playing it this way.
And you had Peyton Manning in one of your leagues, and you're going to do very well. He's very confident. I'm studying
It's like a second job to me.
I'm all in. I am all. We're talking about
you're so
FanDuel.
good shape.
Millions of people play fantasy football, and you can win real cash this weekend playing fantasy football with your buddies. You can do it with FanDuel.com. These are 1-week fantasy football leagues for real money. It's so much fun. The money is real, immediate cash payouts, no season-long commitments, no upfront fees. Set a new lineup each and every week. Win every week. If you're good enough.
If you have Peyton Manning and 7 touchdowns, you win every week.
If you have, a guy, Josh Murphy, like I do, I have to, listen, I plan to play all season long on FanDuel.com, and I also plan to take over from my general manager. This is my initial week. It was very crazy. It was very busy. I said to Oscar, send Josh out an email. I made the deposit on FanDuel, and I let him do the rest.
I'm not sure you want to get away with Josh because he's got the shining.
He loves it, though. He truly enjoys it. He likes it, and I love it, too.
He does.
Go to FanDuel.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Use my code TMOS and sign up today. The new user special FanDuel will match you dollar for dollar up to $200. That's up to $200 free, but it's this week only, and that means that it's this is your last chance.
Got to do it now.
You can get in for the weekend games, the Sunday games. You can't get in for the full week because it started last night.
That's right.
With Ryan Seacrest and a rain delay. Don't forget to use my code TMOS, FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com. Sign up today.
When they had that lightning delay, do you think there was any Thunder Buddies in the studio?
Thunder Buddies. Hey, Johnny. Hey, how are you, Johnny? Anyway, that movie's only out 2 years ago. We are joined in studio today by a good friend of the show, Mr. Dan Cole from the Consumer Electronics Association.
Hi, Dan.
He is here. And we have not formalized all the little details, but there is a very, very good chance that the Mike O'Mara Show will be broadcasting live January 7th through the 10th this coming year, 2014, at the International Consumer Electronics Show. And we are very excited about that.
CES.
And Dan, you've been a fan of the show for a good long time.
Since 1988.
Since 1988, and if you
Wow.
don't know what the Consumer Electronics Show is all about, you've been living in a box somewhere underground. Because the fact is, this is where all the gadgets get announced. This is where the cutting edge technology gets announced, and this is your big event. This is what you put on with the Consumer Electronics Association every single year, and this one's shaping up to be bigger and better than the years past.
We
Correct?
broke a record last year in terms of square footage. Or almost 2 million square feet. And so we were just a little bit over 1.9 million square feet. We have over 150,000 people that attend from all over the world. So it's the world's largest technology trade event.
I am so excited. This is something for years and years, even before the podcast, when it was actually on the radio. I would hear about this because it gets tremendous coverage, and you guys do a great job. And really, they break a lot of stuff out of the Consumer Electronics Show because these manufacturers
They don't actually break it.
They don't break it, Rob.
No,
I mean,
because
they
that
break
would be
it
so
like,
careless.
He means they reveal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They break it like a news story would be broken.
The new products drop, Oscar. They drop, but they don't break. That's right.
And incidentally, and really, when you've got a new high-powered guest in the studio, it's always nice to play the Thunder Buddy song from Ted. as you continue being you.
That's right. No one better at it than me.
With no thought about reality or anything. It's just his world. That's Rob. Yeah, well, it'll be nice. Yeah, we want to have, hey, we're going to be, we'd like to be at the Consumer Electronics Show. Yeah, play the Thunder Buddies song.
All I'm thinking, Mike, is that
there's no better way to end that little segment than with God's farts.
All I'm thinking is that,
so
you got someone listening to this podcast and like, good God, Mike's going to go out and drop the Google Glass. That's what I always think. Is that you're going to break a lot of products.
There are times that I like to go to the wedding reception and wear the nice clothes and pretend that I'm a little more legitimate than I am. Do you understand how that works?
Well,
do you understand that concept? Do they teach you that in school?
It's fun to pretend.
Thank you very much.
Kind of funny, but though, I mean, we can't really hide what we do. One,
no, we can't. We can't hide who we are.
You're right.
He's been listening since like 1988.
Well, he knows who we are.
Yeah, and then when you pull up to the broadcast studios here, you see all the clown cars out front. So something's definitely going on in here.
We come in, take off our big shoes, take off the red nose, and sit down and do the show.
So it's interesting how Dan came to be kind of friends with the show.
If you want to know where we're going to be at the Consumer Electronics Show after that opening of the show, it'll be something like this. Yeah.
Hello? I don't see any of the displays here. We see, is this a sub-basement? Is this a sub-basement that we have here? I don't understand.
All I see, Mike, are room service trays.
Excuse me, are you a janitor? I don't understand how under the stairwell...
Goes on and on. What were you saying? I interrupted.
No, it's okay. Dan was kind enough to reach out when Todd and I went out to China, and just because clearly, his business takes him all over the world, and we just started communicating. And I remember briefly talking to him, and I said, look, we really would love an opportunity to broadcast from CS because all the big outlets are there, all the big networks are there. We definitely should be there. Our audience would be into it. And then within like a 2-week period, we were sitting down at lunch, putting plans together, and I would say as of yesterday, we put our membership into CEA, the Consumer Electronics Association, which is huge. And then as of, I think, by Monday, we'll have everything settled. That's how quickly this has moved.
It's a great organization. And the state of technology, in your opinion, Dan, right now is going strong. I know that there's a tremendous amount of innovation, a tremendous amount of competition out there, and that makes your job easy because you got so much fun stuff coming into the pipeline.
Well, you said the key word. Innovation is what the association is all about. That is what we revolve around. And the show its major theme is innovation. You mentioned product launches, or as Rob was talking about, products breaking, what have you, product launches.
And I promise to be as careful as I can.
We have typically over 20,000 product launches at CES, so it is extensive. And we've just created a huge startup category at the show, so that's a very, very popular area that you've got VCs and financial folks walking around, as well as the press and thousands of attendees. So we're known for the whole gamut of the industry, and it's great to be a part of it. As a geek myself, it's just fun.
Oh, and I know Oscar has spoken about it a lot, and I'm really excited about being a part of it because really, this show, I was talking to somebody about the fact that it was probably 10 years ago that the kind of shows that we've done where I could take a laptop computer up to a house in the middle of nowhere in Maine with a USB connection and a minimal consumer grade internet connection and get a broadcast quality signal to do a regular show, and that was completely unheard of.
When I was listening from the show when you were from Maine, I couldn't really tell the difference. It was phenomenal. I remember when Oscar and Todd called in from China on Skype. I mean, who would have thunk this? 5-6 years? It's just amazing.
I'm in.
Who would have thought that Todd would have broken international law to do it?
Boys, let me tell you, Dan. I'll share this with you. I'm a man who likes to pamper myself, and I'm telling the true story here. Well, I was at Tokyo Nails yesterday.
Of course. Oh, no. You took the petty?
I went to Tokyo Nails because I looked down and, week in Maine, kind of roughing it.
Sure.
The dogs needed a little attention.
Yeah. Were you barefooting?
And I needed a barefoot, and so I threw the Birkenstocks on. I got in the car, and I headed down to the local salon. And I will say that my usual greeter was not there, and the young lady who in question, I don't want to say she had a bad attitude, but she could have been a little nicer.
Yeah. Well, that's always the case.
But it doesn't really matter as long as the service delivered is... What the hell?
This is when Mike pampers himself and he needs the Japanese relaxation and meditation.
Thank
music.
you so much. And the one thing I noticed, this lady, they have seats at the front of the salon, and then they have seats that are right next to where those little foot baths are.
Sure. Yeah.
And this lady comes rolling in, and she sits down in the seat like literally less than a foot from my little foot bath. And I'll be honest with you, I felt like my personal space was a little invaded.
Yes.
I didn't care for it. And I looked at her and I was kind of giving her the hairy eyeball. And then I noticed her husband comes in, and he sits down at the foot bath down on the far end, and he's getting the full treatment down there.
Yeah.
But
Did he look like Oddjob?
No. He was not Asian. Thank you. Can you stop?
Yeah.
This is not a territory that you need to... It's Friday, and you're on your worst behavior.
Because what I thought, I just had
really trying to impress our guest here.
Had a horrible notion that perhaps you'd get him mad and he'd throw his hat at you.
He was an elderly gentleman.
Of course.
He appeared to be Scottish. That's the only way I'm going to explain it to you.
Okay.
So
I get you.
So because I am having my little moment, and I'm a little bit insecure about going to this place, and a little embarrassed because it's just not a guy thing you do. But it's really necessary. So I go down to get this done, and the lady's in my space, and I'm kind of giving her the hairy eyeball. But then when I stood up, I had my geek moment, my official techno geek moment.
What's that?
I stood up and I look, and sitting next to her little iPad that she has is one of my little hotspots, the same thing that I used up in Maine.
Oh, cool.
The thing that really, in my humble opinion, was responsible for us doing a Cracker Jack show up there.
Yep.
This tiny little new piece of technology, which was better than the other stuff that they've used before. And there I was in the middle of Tokyo Nails, speaking to this lady. No, I was talking to a lady about her hotspot. I said, how do you like your hotspot? I said, I just got back from Maine, and I used a hotspot when I was up there, and it worked better than anything I could have ever done because we don't have houses up there that are wired yet, and it's perfect. And I'm here in the middle of the great pine tree state.
And now we're in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And you're using yours.
You know, Mike, and you
she
should
said,
know.
no, she said when they went to Hawaii, she had the same situation where she wasn't able to find a decent connection. They were at some sort of ecotourism place, and she had her little hotspot. Anyway, that's my little geek
I'm
moment.
glad it went
but there I
well.
was talking about a hotspot like I was technically savvy.
I'm glad it
Very
went
proud
well,
of
but when
myself.
you approach a woman in a nail salon and you say, "How's your hot spot?" it doesn't always go that well.
She was an elderly woman, Rob.
That's all right.
I don't think
You know,
Hot flash.
she might not be dead.
Is that a hot spot?
He said, "My Scottish husband will be leaving shortly, and perhaps we could get our nails done together."
But that's right. I remember that 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we did the show up in Maine, and the guys had those little devices that were USB ports, but also little antennae.
Yes. Yeah.
And they used the 4G or the 3G network. And now you have what appears to be almost a little half an egg-sized device. And I'm sure that I'm probably 2 years behind on that, and that 2 years from now they're going to have even more devices that just make make getting connected a little easier.
It's in a good way. It's very, very tough to keep up with. I think that's what the association and the show is all about. And you can see that technology is truly transforming the world. If you look at what's happened in Egypt and now Syria, not so much out of Syria, but the tweeting that's gone on, with social media and the devices that are allowing that to happen, it's just breathtaking in terms of all the changes.
It's interesting when you bring up Syria, to be serious about this. You actually have a world now where it's very difficult to control the message because of everybody is a reporter. Everybody has access. Even if someone might think that they're doing some good for their cause, they're not necessarily doing it, by sending this picture out or this information out. It's really a smaller world that we live in. And then when we come on this show every single day and we talk about the fact that we are heard worldwide, we are. And, when we first, went public with some of our different countries that listen all the time, Botswana, I mean, seriously, that's the one that jumped off the page with me. So we're very excited about this association with the Consumer Electronics Association, and we're looking forward to doing our little broadcast out there at the CES that comes up on January 7th through the 10th in Las Vegas.
So
it's going to be a lot of fun.
The emails have been going back and forth of when we're going to need to broadcast, what time, and we're getting all those details down. And then I was kind of doing the mental math in my head. I was like, we have to get our show to WTNT and back and forth. What's the timing for all of that? And then I said, well,
don't worry about
if we could get
he's just telling a story.
I would just say,
don't worry about that part.
If we could get to a place
I'll handle
where
that.
Mike is comfortable waking up at a certain time, maybe. For your sake, Mr. O'Mara, because you are the captain, what's a good broadcast time for you?
Let me just say this, and this is to cast no aspersions on our friends at WTNT, but if it happened to be a choice between the Consumer Electronics Show and WTNT, there's WTNT standing at the top of the stairs. There we go. Okay? Make myself a little clear. What time would I like to do?
What time would you like to record the program?
I will be honest with you. I know this might surprise a lot of people. I've been to Las Vegas.
How's that?
I've been to Las Vegas a couple of times, and this is my theme song for Las Vegas. And
loser.
When I'm out there, thank you, Rob. Thank you for the punctuation mark. I appreciate that.
I always like lyrics.
So the fact is, I am normally very easily on an early schedule.
Oh, really?
Out in Las Vegas. So, I mean, I have total flexibility.
Okay.
So anytime, obviously, the show has to be uploaded at a certain time.
Yeah.
Our listeners usually like to get it around 12:30 Eastern time.
Okay.
That's all I care about. But as far as when we do it, I like the idea of being there when the hustle and bustle is going on.
I also love that
But I don't
idea
think we have to be there at today's showtime.
Of today. No, well, see, that's what I would love. Can you imagine, just like when we do a Radio Rows in the past?
Yes.
Oh, I could meet
where
Savannah.
where you would grab.
See, now this is the type of thing we don't want to do. This is the type of thing we don't. I don't care. We have 100% flexibility. I'm still trying to impress the gentleman.
I know. Rob's punched out.
I know.
Rob's thinking about the Venetian buffet.
Now that's not even fair. Besides, the Bellagio buffet is better. Yeah.
I'm thinking about when the week of shows is concluded, and we might have maybe 24 hours before we have to come home, and then it'll be just a whole 24 hours of.
Give it back.
Yes, sir.
Certainly going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be.
So I'll confer with you before I nail down the time.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
Outside of doing the shows in this trade show, which is one of the best in the world, really, if not the best in the world, the Consumer Electronics International Consumer Electronics Show, I really, really will love doing the show. But every time I've heard about your show, Dan, out there, I think about walking on that floor and just walking from booth to booth to booth to booth, just like a little child with wide-eyed anticipation of what the next big thing is. And I'm sure that's the satisfaction you get when you put this, the hours and hours and hours and months and months and months of work that goes in. It must be just great seeing how people respond to the show because everybody gets excited.
Well,
about it.
our president has a saying that I've never forgotten, our president of the association, that anybody with an idea has a chance at CES, and that is truly what it's all about. You'll see folks in booth space as large as almost 25,000 square feet, which is humongous.
Yeah.
Wow. Or a 10 by 10. That 10 by 10, in our opinion, has just as much chance as a larger company to get it going at CES. And the success stories that we've heard, and the folks that have gotten involved with the association because of the show. It's very, very gratifying. We serve the industry. We're a nonprofit association, and to see those stories come alive year after year at CES really is what it's all about. It is about innovation and making that happen.
Looking forward to it. I can't wait to get out there.
It's going to be
a lot of fun. Cool. It's going to be good stuff. This is Dan Cole. He is from the Consumer Electronics Association, and we are very excited to be associated with them coming up in January. And I know you're excited.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're the geek of geeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
You love this stuff. We'll
I'll
take a
take
break.
that.
When we come back. More fun and more for thrills. Football started last night.
Yes, it did.
But I'm here to talk about another sporting event that was on that was fantastic. We'll take a break. Come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You know what I always say, Rob?
Yes, shut up.
No, I say control is the best thing to
that's
have.
what you love, yeah.
And right now, control just got a lot easier thanks to Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus allows you to watch anything you want, anywhere you want. Use all your devices, your television, your Blu-ray player, your Roku, Apple TV, your PC, your smartphone, your tablets. Endless entertainment on demand at all times. That is what it's all about. As a matter of fact, before the show, we were talking to Dan Cole about that, and the fact is that you have everything now is convenient and on your schedule. You want to control your entertainment. It's why people love this podcast, because they listen to it. They stockpile 8 of them, and they take them on vacation.
On demand, baby.
They listen when they're working out. They listen when they're taking a walk. Some people listen while we're taping the show. Some people listen 3 days later. It's all over the place because people want to control their entertainment. This is a special deal right now for TMOS listeners, an extended free trial of Hulu Plus. Give it a try. You will absolutely love it. Just click on the Hulu Plus banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com or go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS for 2 free weeks of great shows like The Amazing Race. That's one of your favorites.
Love it.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you really watch it?
I used to think it was about white people. It's not.
Oh,
It's just it's a competitive show.
Okay, stop. Lost.
I love The Amazing Race.
I watch it. I do watch
Downton
it.
Abbey. Hell's Kitchen.
Come on, Mike, come back. We need you.
And my favorite, The Cosby Show.
Mike loves The Cosby Show.
It's endless. It's a free trial, and it starts the minute you click that banner. before you know it, you'll be watching your favorite current shows and amazing classic TV, all on your schedule. Take control of your TV watching experience. Just click the Hulu Plus banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com or go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Do it and do it
right now.
Right now. Last night, sometimes because I am a football fan, but I am not the kind of football fan that feels I need to tell the world I'm a football fan.
Right.
I am the kind of hockey fan that usually likes to tell the world that. And I'm certainly the kind of baseball fan that likes to do that. So I completely can understand the people saying football, football, football. But would you not, as a non-turbo sports fan, Rob Spiewak,
right,
do you not think that the social networking presence that the NFL had last night was just a little suspicious?
It was nauseating.
Like
is what it was.
Like they almost had plants out there going, football, football.
I disagree
I don't
100%.
I know because I'm wrong.
Well, because you know what?
It's just because I'm not a P1.
They got so sucked in to the pageantry, and they've turned it into like the Macy's parade this first game. There's singing, there's Ryan Seacrest, there's all those.
Our friends here in the Baltimore-Washington quarter, we get a lot of that. I get a lot of that in social networking because the fact is the Ravens, Super Bowl champions, there in the opener against the Denver Broncos. So I can understand that. People went nuts about it.
Yeah.
Did you look in on the game
I
last
went
night?
to a restaurant to watch it.
You went to a restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so
that's nice. Look at me. I'm at a restaurant.
I'm glad you did.
So it was so. I've never seen this restaurant this packed to watch the game.
Do you think it's because
Packed
everyone
with
else,
fans.
everyone else is off the grid, and that's the only way they can see the game?
Here's the point. Didn't anyone know
No.
that the Red Sox were playing the Yankees?
Oh,
story.
They're relevant.
Irrelevant?
Whatever.
Irrelevant?
Irrelevant.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Bite your tongue. That is blasphemy.
Oh, please.
This is.
Can I show you the ratings? Let me look them up.
Okay, the ratings are fine. Fine about your ratings.
good.
See how well it did.
That's always the NFL thing.
You know what?
We're the NFL. We get the biggest
Hey, man,
Oh, and incidentally,
Find the ratings 18 to 49 IQ.
Incidentally,
because those are the idiots that are not paying attention to the greatest storied.
yes,
you don't
rivalry.
even know what they are.
Rivalry.
He's helping me. He doesn't do that very often. And incidentally, good game. Yeah, okay. Peyton threw 44 touchdown passes last night, and the Denver Broncos won 170 to nothing.
That's
but
right.
The fact is, it was still, you had the Red Sox, Yankees, and you had the many. If you'd had a camera on me last night, you would have been filled with so much joy. My wife was ready to throw me out of the house last night. Absolutely, my mood swings were institutional. You could have put me in American Horror Story X last night. I was on the roller coaster ride of the Red Sox Yankees. It started out with a 7-2 lead going into the seventh inning. The Red Sox completely and totally in charge, and I'm just the magnanimous fan. I'm sitting there going, "Oh, hi, honey." She said, "You want to come upstairs and hang out with me and the baby now? You're done watching your game?" I said, "You know what? It's only the seventh inning, Pumpkin, but I'd love to come up and hang out with you. No problem at all." I'm like, "Okay, so I'll turn the TV off." And so I come up, and the baby's in bed. We're having a little family moment, little bonding, no problem at all. And then slowly but surely, the Red Sox pitching just unraveled.
Yeah, but you probably saw this coming 2 innings before, because you have the sort of mindset that they're always ready to let you down. Did you see it coming?
No, I have finally.
No, he went upstairs to hang out with the family because it was such a good night.
They scored. They threw a 20 spot at the Detroit Tigers the night before. This team is in control. This is the most in control. This is where I made a mistake.
Yeah.
This is the most in control the Boston Red Sox have ever been in a season. I got happy.
What does it say right on your thing? It says, "Don't get happy."
Don't get happy.
Don't do it.
And I'm watching this, and I said to myself, "This is great. This is so wonderful. Isn't this great? Isn't this the best place to be? Isn't this the best place to be? In bed with my infant son, my beautiful wife, and I'm actually going between HBO and the football game and the Red Sox because I really don't care about."
What was
the
on
game.
home box office?
It was a hodgepodge. It was just lots of. There was one, and it wasn't HBO. It was some horrible, The Mask Maker. This B-level horror movie that I was watching.
Sounds really great.
So terrible. So terrible.
So 7-0.
So 7-2.
In the seventh. Oh, 7-2 in the seventh.
Right. And the Jake Peavy, pitcher for the Red Sox, puts a couple of men on, and they bring in Matt Thornton.
Yeah.
Matt Thornton was traded for at the trading deadline, and he's a hump. He's a first-class hump. He is a guy that just should have an L tattooed on his forehead. That's how bad this guy is. This was damaged goods that came from the Chicago White Sox. To make a long story short, they load the bases. The Yankees chip back. Then they chip back some more. Then they chip back.
Small ball.
The Yankees score 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th.
Wow.
They take the lead.
They score 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And I turn into something that I'm not proud of. Because really, there I am with the baby. And
Are you
Carlos
holding the baby at this point?
No, the baby's
Does
in the
Carla fear for the baby?
The baby's in the little bassinet, and Carlos says, "What are you so upset about?" I said,
You don't understand. You don't understand. Leave me alone. Leave me alone and tell that baby to stop crying. No, I didn't say that.
No.
You blame the baby for the loss?
I didn't really say that.
The baby's a jinx.
Yeah.
But it's just
They were up 7-2, and then you had that child. How dare
I'll
you?
tell the full story because I'm
Okay.
going to take crap about it, but I'll
All
tell
right.
the
Go
full
ahead.
story. Carla and I had a little bet, and when we bet each other, it's usually about foot rubs.
Okay.
And she was paying off. She said, "If you come upstairs, I'll give you a little foot rub." I'm like, "Okay, I don't care about the game. I'll let you
She's
do that."
paying the bet a little early.
I was
Make sure
such-
she washes her hands.
I was such an ass. She only finished 1 foot.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, she finished 1 foot, and that was it. And I was
That's
just
why
like,
you're walking in circles.
No, she said, I'm not doing this anymore with your attitude. I'm not doing this. And I'm just going, no, it's just like, there's the guy that comes in. This is imploding. This is, and I'm saying things like, mark my words, they've got an 8-game lead over the Yankees, but this is a turning point in the season. This is going to be the beginning of the collapse. This is how hard. But I've tried, my teams never win. And I hate the traffic in Manassas. And this sucks and everything sucks. She said, I'm not doing the other foot. I'm not doing the foot. I'm going to turn the light off and I'm going to sleep. And meanwhile, I'm just like going, I was so pissed off.
We have tape of you last night.
Okay, let's
They
listen.
cause dry mouth, mood swings, and nighttime kookiness.
Mood swings! Mood swings. Mood swings. Mood swings?
Right.
Mood swings.
That was it.
Mood swings! Mood swings! Mood swings! Mood swings, mood swings. Mood swings!
That's it.
I'm not proud.
No, you shouldn't be.
So did
And-
you leave the bedroom?
I did not leave the bedroom. I thought for a
Did
second.
she leave the bedroom?
I didn't leave the bedroom, but at one point I made this statement. This
no,
very
here we
adult.
go.
I said,
Oh, no.
none of this would have happened if I had just stayed in my chair downstairs.
I knew it
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
you're superstitious.
You are.
And not come upstairs to you.
You really-
and the baby.
You know what? That is, in a way, it's very selfish. You are actually claiming responsibility for the loss.
Yeah, I know. But they didn't lose.
Did you go back down to the chair?
I didn't go down to the chair. I stayed
Put
up.
on special
and
socks or
I
something?
and at this point, not only am I committed, but I realize that an hour and a half after the game is over, no matter how late it goes, I will not be able to get back to sleep because
Right.
I will be so ramped up. And anybody who's a sports fan understands that's what this is all about. And so I just watched this game. They actually come back off Mariano Rivera, the ultimate closer in baseball, and he blows the save.
Perfect.
And they tie it up in the top of the 9th inning. And then it goes to the 10th inning. And then they throw another run out there, and they beat them 9-8. It was
Nice.
bliss.
Satisfactory.
It was bliss, yeah. And the main reason it was bliss is because you guys know my buddy Randall.
Sure.
Who I always like to text. He is the uber Yankee fan. And so we are so nasty to each other. It's
What
like-
time did he text you first? Because as a Yankee fan, he probably did.
Let me see. I want to see.
What do you think, Oscar? Do you think he's the one who picked the scab?
okay.
No, Mike would.
Really?
Because Mike was winning.
This-
So if you're winning, you're the first.
I bet Mike. You see, Mike's different. Mike would have texted when they're losing.
Right. Yeah,
That's
you
why-
have to understand the Yankee arrogance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is at 7:40.
Okay.
This is before the game has really even gotten on track.
You're still watching Jeopardy.
And at 7:40, Randall writes to me, Boston Massacre 2, like they're going to sweep them and totally take the Red Sox. And so Ichiro is at the plate.
Yes.
And I write, don't think so. And tell that Japanese stick figure to take a real cut at the ball. That's it. That's the only exchange. That is at 8:15 that I respond back. At 10:29, this is probably right after they have taken the lead over the
2
Red
hours
Sox.
later.
So they call Curtis Granderson the Grandy Man. And Randall writes to me.
That's clever.
I didn't get this text until the morning.
Yeah.
He writes, who can take a sunrise and ram it up his ass? The Grandy man can. This is my buddy. This is my buddy.
That's cool, though.
And then I wake up, and 7:53 this morning, I texted him back. I said, woe is the man who celebrates too early.
Oh, yeah.
But that's you.
This is
You
great.
went upstairs.
Yeah,
You're getting foot rubs.
And he goes, Red Sox. And then Randall's not a good loser at all.
Barely.
That's what makes it such a joy.
No Yankee fan is.
No, they aren't. They really, by and large, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
And he writes back to me, Red Sox secret: 1, get an SE free agent. 2, grow an 1830s beard. 3, play way over your head. Complete BS.
Wow.
He's so bitter in the
He
morning.
is.
I love that. And I write, ha 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 ha.
I bet you that's a Tony read it, too. Even though you just typed H-A-H-A-H-A, he heard that tone.
I'm with you on the 1830s beard. Might want to check the standings on the over their head part, though. Never say die, baby. And that was it. So that's my Yankee
Congratulations.
story.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess there was a football game last night, too.
Yeah, little one.
World record.
I need to find a new team.
Peyton Manning said, right, hey, the Ravens, not the same team.
Yeah, I need a new team.
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Well, he'll be in Monday. Good. He's still licking his wounds. Balmer Billy Sikorsky. We'll take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of our program is brought to you by Encore Insurance Services, LLC. The people who bring you this show every weeknight on 102.9 WTNT. For a free life insurance quote, visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. They'll do all the work for you. Encore will compare rates to help you save. License and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. Be sure and thank them for sponsoring TMOS. Encore Insurance Services at smartterm.com. We are here with Dan Cole. He is from the Consumer Electronics Association. They own the International Consumer Electronics Show that's happening January 7th through the 10th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dan, if somebody wants to, is curious about your organization, about the Consumer Electronics Association, they want to get involved, they're starting something new, they're into the tech world, how would they go about getting in touch with you guys?
There's two websites. www.ce.org is the org. That is the association's website, and then cesweb.org is the show's website.
Good stuff.
Cool.
And that's coming up once again. It's a trade show, so it's not open to the general public, but be aware that the Consumer Electronics Show is January 7th through the 10th in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you'll hear all about it because everybody covers this. It's a huge story. And it is, I think Dan mentioned, bigger than the Super Bowl as far as media exposure.
It's the Super Bowl of tech.
It's very, very cool. And you're Mr. Tech.
I was when I finally kind of nailed down, went back and forth with the emails, I took off my pants and I said, well,
oh, dear.
Okay.
We need to celebrate.
Yes.
Now, the one thing that I wish it was actually happening this week and we were on the floor, because since I can't find anybody in this room that can help me with my Facebook dilemma.
Yes.
And I still have...
You still have a problem?
I have. Well, I am not taking it to the genius bar like everybody tells me to do.
You refuse to follow the rules.
Pony,
He's above the rules.
Well, you're a celebrity. Why should you go?
Pony, I also cannot open
Do you think someone at the show will be able to fix that for him? If he brings it
in January,
if he has the right attitude, yes.
If I have the right attitude,
you can get it fixed, and you can probably get a drink cozy, a nice giveaway.
That means
nice.
I'm completely out. Yeah, there you go, turning it into a boat show. Yeah, you get a pamphlet, a plastic comb, and a drink cozy. It's the Consumer Electronics Show. Way to reduce it. Hey, come on over there. Maybe get a big steak on a steak or a turkey leg.
That'd be fun. Oh,
you
God.
Turn it into... Rob has a limited frame of reference. You have to be aware of that. But he's got an amazing refrigerator. How much feedback did you get yesterday about your refrigerator?
I was really amazed that people were so fascinated by something I just take for granted.
Yeah, and people actually thought, and I knew this wasn't true, when Rob was going through his refrigerator, people thought that it was actually you were reading off the Elvis list.
It's not the Elvis list
of things that Elvis had. What did you and the Speedwax? Did you celebrate by having a nice dinner out of that refrigerator? Did you use some of those?
We had leftovers.
Oh, you had leftovers?
Yeah, we had the leftover pork barbecue.
That's really not a leftover, though, is it? I mean,
well, no, it keeps very well. Yeah,
you're supposed to keep that around.
We had a busy night because Julia started up with volleyball, and so Wednesday night was orientation, and last night she actually had to go and play volleyball so they could be placed in their ranks. This is the first time she's played an organized sport,
cool.
So she's learning all the stuff, and she'll actually be assigned to a team tomorrow.
Here's the miracle about Rob's progeny actually being involved in a competitive sport.
Right.
16 generations. It's taken to
That's
actually
right.
have a Spiewak involved in an organized sport.
It was, I think my great-grandfather, Wes Spiewak, was actually the first Spiewak that could actually walk.
And
we've come a long way.
You trace your ancestors back to medieval times,
Mhm.
and the Spiewak family line was almost wiped out due to their inability to run.
That's right. We invented the cart.
Predators were just just swoop down and pick them all. Everybody else from
yes,
everybody else from the village.
Well, you don't
would
remember
be running out of the village when the saber-toothed tiger would come through.
You don't remember?
And everybody knows saber-toothed tigers existed in
medieval times. That's right. They were
I'm
used,
turning this into Game of Thrones.
No, what they were doing, Mike, they were used to build the cathedrals. A lot of people don't know that many, many years ago, Hezekiah Spiewak was actually instrumental in inventing the cart.
The cart.
And it wasn't, see where Hezekiah blew it.
Hezekiah wouldn't pull his own cart, though.
No.
He used this as a riding vehicle.
Well, you see, and everyone said, Hezekiah, you could be using this for actually moving things.
Yeah.
Like you could move grain and you could move animals. He said, no, I just want to go over there. Pull this string.
But what Hezekiah didn't know, and what kicked the crap out of his sciatica, is the fact that he had square wheels on that bad boy.
That's true. And you couple that with the bad roads of the time.
Oh, man.
It was horrible.
It wasn't fun.
I thought he was in a family of jesters.
Yeah, jesters, yes. Jesters on wheels.
Well, what we were stationary jesters. The Spiewaks would be brought in. We had hats with bells, and they'd just put us in the corner.
Like your modern-day bobblehead.
And they would say, stay. And we would, forever.
But even the extended family on both sides were entertainers. You had the jesters that were the Spiewaks.
Right.
And the eunuchs were the Stalcups, weren't they?
That's right. Which really was odd because there's so many of them. I don't know how they reproduce. They were the one that said round the wheels. We said, shut up.
Well,
Shut up.
I don't know how we got on
How
that
did
subject.
you explain sweat to your daughter?
So she said, Dad!
Is she good at it? Is she good at volleyball?
I said, what's the matter? What's the matter? She says, this odd happenstance, I'm exerting myself and fluid is coming from my head.
It's
what is it? And I said, let's Google it and figure it out.
Is there still a chance?
Apparently it's regular. I didn't know.
Is your son, Rob, is there a chance that he could still...
Oh, he's signed up for basketball, too.
Really?
Mhm.
Now
He'll start next week.
And what is it, a club basketball team? Or
I
is
think it is a county.
It's a little league type
It's a
of thing?
county thing, yeah.
All right.
Good for them.
Yeah, well, there's still
Julia
a chance.
is doing volleyball through school, and he's doing county basketball. You see, Robert loves basketball.
How, as far as
I
Julia...
hate it.
You hate any sports?
No, I don't hate all sports.
You hate sports games?
No, I don't. I don't like to play sports, but like say I can watch and follow a football game on television. I'm okay with that. I don't like to even watch basketball, and I know this probably breaks my dad's heart because his father was a coach and a great basketball
And you
player.
guys are tall.
Yeah, we're all tall.
Yeah.
Is Julia tall for her age, too?
Yes.
Is she taller
yeah,
than
I
the
think
other
she
kids?
is like 5, 6, or 7 now.
So that's going to do her very well. Obviously,
Yes, when
that's what volleyball is all about.
When she does the bumping and the setting and the spiking.
And she does that.
Yes.
Is she, and now as far as her ability to, you made a comment about your
Easy.
mom and dad, they used to sit on the porch.
They watched me run, yeah.
And watched you run, and they were amused by
You know
it.
what's funny is like 30 years later, you and Don did the same thing.
We used to love to watch him run.
I'll never do it again.
We had a series of producers, Frank Murphy.
Oh, bad runner, right?
Frank Worse Than You.
Well,
No.
how does Rob run again?
Rob would run. Rob would run. It's just not synchronized. He flails.
It's not in my skill set.
He flails, and he's a larger man,
Yeah.
and so
Does he trundle down the hall?
he's got long legs. He's a tall guy. You're 6'2".
Yeah.
But you would flail, and it would just be, and you didn't like it, and so when we picked up on the fact that he didn't like
yeah,
it, of course,
they sort of picked that scab.
that's the one we wanted.
But yeah, I mean, long story short is, and I'll just recap this briefly because I've told it in greater detail before. When Robert was going through chemotherapy for his cancer that he beat, we were scared that his legs were not developing right, and the doctor said, "Let's see him run." And the doctor made him run up and down the hall, and he said, "Thank you, Robert. Go in there, and we'll be in a second." He says, "His legs are fine. He's just not good at running."
He's not. Has he improved at running at all?
Yes, he has, and he's fast.
Because he looks like. He's not. He's not like I would imagine you. And incidentally, I didn't mention this on the show yesterday. Did you get the picture on Facebook?
Oh, like looking in a mirror
of the lookalike. Did you see the
Oh,
celebrity
yeah, I saw the
lookalike?
guy.
Dan, I'll share this with you since everybody else knows it. Got a picture that was a doppelganger for Rob Spiewak. It was Chaz Bono.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll take it.
It was amazing.
I'll take it because you know what? Chaz has lost a lot of weight. He looks great.
All right, hold on.
He
just a
really
second.
does.
Now Chaz is full
man now.
post-operative transsexual,
And
right?
I think doing like some sort of martial arts. That's how the weight loss was.
I'm going
looks
to
good.
just get it now. This
Also
is the
an
Sam.
entertainer.
Absolutely. What's he doing? What's he doing?
Well, when he was younger, part of an entertainment family, but now he goes on speaking engagements talking about that lifestyle.
But is that really an entertainer or more?
Well,
of
he's
someone...
the public eye.
Yeah, I suppose.
Just like Rob.
Here's Rob Spiewak.
Doesn't it look like me? If I just grew my hair out.
There's Rob.
Yeah.
There it is.
It is.
We have to put that up today.
Sure.
You have to admit, though, a good-looking guy for a guy that used to be a girl.
I agree. I think so.
Pretty good with the facial hair, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the facial hair is that, but that has a little speed.
And I can prepare this for Monday. I don't have the
speak,
tapes here.
Okay.
If you listen to the way the Chaz talks now, it sounds exactly like Sonny Bono. Eerily like Sonny
really?
Bono. Yeah. Very odd.
Cool. Oh, there it is.
So let's spin the
Sorry about
wheel,
that.
and it
Sorry.
comes up bad runner.
Sorry about that. Well, I love volleyball, and I think that's a great sport, and I really think that you can go places, and I know this will appeal to your Spiewak sensibility.
What's that?
If by some chance that Julia decides to pursue this volleyball career of hers and get skilled at it,
right?
The Spiewak's tuition situation could
It
be
definitely dovetails into something nice.
God
doesn't it?
knows. I told my daughters, I said, row the boat, do crew,
Do something.
anything. Yes.
Do something. Robert is more driven athletically. Robert loves to go out there and just
compete.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know that Julia will have that drive, but if Robert gets good, it might be enough to make her want to excel at something too. Because there's a lot of that sibling stuff going back and forth right now.
I love spending time with my daughter, and my youngest daughter now is kind of, I don't want to say she's lost, but she's definitely out of sorts to a degree because this is, life.
First time in her life.
First time in her life. Her older sister has gone off to college, and I love them both so much. My daughter Elizabeth she's such a little me.
Yeah.
It's hysterical, and now Catherine not being there, Elizabeth will let you know. I mean, she'll let you know. I said, how you doing? She said, it just feels kind of weird. Yeah. And I said, yeah, I understand that. So Carla and I and her brother pick up Elizabeth and take her out to, just go down to the mall and hang out a little bit.
You know what? It's so weird. That's the first time I think you said that in that context. I think, what brother? I said, oh, my God, Mike.
Yeah,
got a little brother.
She's got a brother.
I don't do the stepbrother or whatever. That's her brother.
No, that's her brother.
That's the way
and
it's
still not setting right in my head. That's so crazy.
And there is a dynamic. There's always been a dynamic. I've talked about this on the show. When my two older daughters are together with Carla, who is closer, and I don't make any secret about this, closer in age to them than she is to me.
That's true.
And it suddenly becomes this little situation where, their favorite activity is what did Daddy do to screw up? What did Daddy? Yesterday it was a trip to the mall followed by a trip to, I don't want to cast any aspersions on a restaurant. If you like this place, I'm all for you. I know it's extremely popular. Not my first choice, but it was there, and we decided we would roll in there.
What is it?
It's the Cheesecake Factory.
It's not like you've mentioned them in the past with not glowing terms.
I just want to say this. Factory. I wrote this down. This is very
Never
important.
been.
I want to point this out. Hey, Cheesecake Factory, okay, I'm on to you. I know that it takes some doing to cut your shrimp in half when you put it in a summer roll.
Oh, my God. Did they really?
One shrimp cut in half.
Orange chicken. Why wouldn't you just order that?
I ordered the tostada salad.
Oh, the anal tostada salad?
And seriously, I don't know whether they are using real chickens for their chicken breasts or whether what are those little things, chicks?
Oh, Peeps?
All I know is
Easter
just
Peeps?
I'm looking at this massive pile of lettuce. This pile of lettuce that they obviously have in oil drums in the back there. They've got these
big portions.
And they bring it out there and everybody goes, "Whoa!" And that's what they're known for. Okay, but it's like I'm a man and I'm looking for the protein in this pile, in this needle in a haystack scenario that is my tostada salad.
Were things different when you owned a place?
Yes.
If you own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
You know what? You couldn't see the lettuce for my chicken breasts.
Well, it's because you didn't buy lettuce.
In my
We're out of lettuce.
We don't have any lettuce. Do you like the chicken Caesar salad? Okay, it's just chicken.
It's chicken and dressing.
It's just chicken and a beer. Enjoy yourself.
The Mike O'Mara, he called it the businessman's lunch. Chicken and a beer.
And then somebody would say, I said, hey, but don't worry, it's just chicken and a beer. But, hey, we got a DJ starting at 10:30. They said, it's 5 o'clock. I said, what are you, low energy?
If you own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
The businessman's energy.
So, anyway. But I mean, I sit there. I actually did
Mountains
this.
of greens.
They bring out these summer rolls, which ever since I started getting into Vietnamese cuisine,
Right.
with pho, I love
Pho.
these. It's pho, and
Fortunately.
what the pho is at the restaurant I go to is a rice paper wrapped around sprouts with a little basil, and then you've got the shrimp, and it's so fresh and it's good. What they do at the Cheesecake Factory is they take this miniature shrimp, and then they take a surgical scalpel and they cut it right in half, and they put it on either side of this lengthy.
Do they
shrimp
slice
roll.
it like at the vein so it's lengthwise? Because then they are really trying to fool you. I can understand
How
them-
many shrimp per salad?
I'm going to give you the.
Go ahead, Bravo.
I can understand if they chopped the shrimp, but if they actually halved it, so it was two identical looking shrimp on either side, then they're trying to trick you. No, I've never been to the Cheesecake Factory. What's
There's
the price
summer
point?
roll, and
Not bad.
there's the shrimp.
Oh God.
Okay, the summer roll is that long.
Yeah.
And then on one side you have a halved shrimp
Yeah.
that is put in there, and then on the other side you have, and it's not sprouts. You know what it is?
What?
It's
Cheesecake.
rice. It's rice. It's not cheesecakes. It's rice noodles.
What that diagram looks like, it's like if the Earth to the sun.
Right.
So basically, the sun is the salad, and the Earth is the shrimp.
It wasn't good. It was not delicious.
What did the other
No,
people-
it actually tasted fine, and all their food tastes fine.
Oh, the orange
know what it
chicken!
is?
I'm telling you,
because their sauces
I live
is
for that.
shocker that you love that.
Yeah, because you
Just
keep.
so
Because I
you.
assimilated and I'm American.
Okay, those are two lies in a row. But I mean, for someone who keeps it tight,
Yeah, right.
why would he go there?
Well,
Because my parents, to be honest with you, when we first came to this country,
Yeah, and they went to El Cheesecake Factory.
no, when we
Damn flute.
when we were younger, and there was like a special occasion because
Can you start again? Just I love to
No
hear you
problem.
say when your parents first came to
well,
this country.
when we were FOB, fresh off the boat, and I was a young lad, and a special occasion came around.
Yes.
We would pack into my father's 1981 Corolla, and mind you, 5 deep. Like, it's a tight car to be in.
Sure.
Every stereotype known to man. We might have thrown a couple cousins in.
Right.
And so we're driving down, no seatbelts. Probably my dad probably just got his license. Who knows?
Probably 4 Llantas Usadas.
Yeah.
Of course.
He would,
And no
we
Llantas
knew-
Usadas in the trunk because
we-
it's full of cousins.
We knew. We knew.
Take out the jack or something. We are needing to make some room or something.
We knew that it was a special occasion when he would take us to the Cheesecake Factory. And we would actually know that the portions were huge and we could get what we wanted.
The lettuce portions are huge.
Yeah, well, even with, again, the chicken, when you order the orange chicken, it might be a lot of rice, but there's a lot of chicken for a little guy, you know, when
Okay.
you're
For,
actually
yeah,
looking-
for you know, for a 9-year-old, I think
Yeah.
probably.
A little shaver.
Right, exactly.
and then we got cheesecake because we knew that the dessert was there. Did you get cheesecake while you were there?
My daughter got the s'more chocolate cheesecake, which I will be honest with you was actually quite tasty.
Well, that's what they've
Daddy
built
had a little taste of it.
That's what they've built their career on. They're a factory, Mike. They're a factory that make cheesecakes.
She said at one point, they bring it to the table, and Carla is Carla's a
Is one
foodie.
person able to carry the piece of cheesecake, or do they
Yes.
require assistance?
It's a very nice presentation.
Lift with your knees.
With a lot of whipped cream, lots of tall whipped cream.
And lettuce.
That's
Lots
it.
of lettuce.
I tell you, I'm on to them. I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I got it figured out. I've got it completely figured out. I know the game.
It's forced perspective.
The game is really just like, hey, that's great. Let's shoot it from up here. And hey, we got a big restaurant. We'll make it look like a castle inside. And then we'll make a big pile of lettuce. And then we'll cut our shrimp in thirds. Let the consumer think, look at how long that thing and big it is. And it's just stuffed with noodles.
So did you enjoy your meal?
Doesn't piss me off. And so
Doesn't your mother love the Cheesecake Factory?
She requested it, yeah.
Yes, she requested. She's 93.
That's
okay?
right.
She's 93. Good. There's not a Cracker Barrel where she lives.
But Mike, with age comes wisdom. Maybe
Yeah.
she sees something you don't.
You know what? A French chef said to me one time, he said, you know why? Do you know why you Americans get bad food? Because you accept it.
True.
And then I knocked him right in the teeth.
Good.
No,
And then he didn't support our action in Syria.
No problem at all. And so they bring this out, and it's s'more chocolate, double chocolate fudge cheesecake.
So do they rely on the graham cracker crust to represent the graham cracker? Then there's the pile of cheesecake filling. Then
Yes.
there's marshmallow
Then
and
there's-
chocolate.
Then there's a ganache.
Nice.
A big, thick chocolate ganache. Then they take a marshmallow or marshmallow fluff and they toast it, and it's dripping over, Oh, I'm getting really excited. I'm getting really excited.
You'll do anything
right
for
now.
food?
Jesus. Wow. I swear to God. Spectacular.
Yeah.
So they bring this down, and Carlos...
You just blushed.
You should have skipped the lettuce.
Oh, my God, you're blushing.
I'm not blushing about food. Shut up.
Yes, you
Or
are.
it could be a stroke.
Got a little excited about it.
What you need to do is next time skip the lettuce and
Yes.
go right to the ganache. Cut to the ganache.
I'm not going to take away from the namesake of that restaurant. Their cheesecake is phenomenal.
Okay.
It really, when you look at it, you look at the dessert case, and you're like, wow, look at that. And I walk in, and Elizabeth brings it out, and they put it down in front of her, and she pauses. And meanwhile, I know how she felt. She felt like Liam Neeson in that wolf movie where he's surrounded by the wolves in the woods. Because Carla is staring at it, and I'm staring at it, and then Elizabeth says, I think I'm just going to have this boxed up. And I look at it and I go, what, so you can eat it later in your room? And she said, Dad, and she looks at me at that moment and she says, Dad, why don't you just deal with your eyebrows? And I said, what are you talking about?
What?
And then it was 20 minutes of Carla and Elizabeth talking about my eyebrows.
That would, you know
And-
what? Well played.
Yeah, I know.
Very well played.
Bait and switch.
The weird thing
Still
is,
talked her into having it at the table, though.
I was going to say, when she had the cheesecake set at the table for the first time, your son grabbed for a fork.
And then, of course, Elizabeth said my 5 favorite words.
What?
I can't eat another bite. Why I look the way I do. We'll take a break. Come back. You ready with the Oscar
Yes, sir.
today?
Love it.
Oscars Entertainment Report, the Oscar coming up next, right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of our program brought to you by the engine that drives this program, our Amazon page.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mike O'Mara Show's Amazon page. Amazon is the one place to go for everything you need now that you've shipped the kids off to school. It's time to start thinking ahead. How about snacks and drinks for the first NFL weekend? For that hungry fan, and you're...
That's true.
I feel like I'm reading one of those old Sonny Jurgensen Redskins commercials right now.
To really succeed at Amazon, you need a team. That was every commercial at WJFK.
That's so true.
Hi, this is John Riggins. The quarterback may be the guy that runs the offense, but the running back scores the touchdown. How about snacks and drinks the NFL weekend?
Do a little Sonny, please.
Halloween is right around the corner. Don't fight everyone at the party store. Make sure your lineup is ready to go. Amazon has costumes, hot dog. Decoration skeletons, a full selection of fog machines, and fake blood.
Do you have fake blood, Sonny?
You write this commercial. You can save valuable time and effort by doing your shopping at home. If you need it, Amazon has it always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. We thank you for that. And now, without further ado, let's get right to Oscarazzi.
Woo! Yay! Gentlemen, speaking of sports, have you been following the latest news from the Kardashian camp and Lamar Odom's troubles?
Yes, his dealer came forward, right?
Not like a blackjack dealer.
No, his
drug dealer.
Drug dealer came forward.
Did you know this is happening?
Like what kind of drugs?
Crack cocaine.
Lamar Odom is into crack?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Doesn't that suck?
Jesus.
You feel for him.
Yeah.
Where did
addiction, man? It's crazy.
I mean, you look at that, and obviously, if he's in an environmental situation where he's younger, and that starts that way, but if he has achieved the heights of playing in the NBA, and then this thing happens, I think that's a drag. That's sad. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, and it's again alleged, but there's been enough about this in the last 3 weeks. I think it's safe to assume. That
Do you think he first
happening.
was drawn to the Kardashian family because of all the crack that Kim has?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case, but apparently they've been dealing with this the past 2 years in private, on and off. And the latest news is that basically Lamar checked himself in on Wednesday to rehab, right?
Crack cocaine.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that's
Just one of the substances he's into.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you think, because really, obviously you can get crack anywhere, but the fact is everybody associates it with being a street drug.
Sure.
Very, very sad.
And he has spent allegedly like $50,000 on it.
Yes.
Okay.
So Wednesday he checks himself into rehab. On Thursday he checks himself out.
Oh God, what a good recovery! That was fast.
Kind of the Lindsay Lohan
So the
strategy
story now is that he is at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, held up there on an $800 a day crack addiction, and people are trying to save this man.
because that'll kill him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ultimately, it will.
Scary.
And it's tragic because you have all that money, you've got this family, and I imagine all that pressure doesn't help at all.
No, and I think it's pretty documented that they've got their issues anyway, and when you have a family that trades in cameras 24/7,
Right.
and it's just not real. And the mother's got her talk show. It's screwed up.
So the latest out of their camp is that this is Khloe Kardashian's last straw. So we'll figure out if they stay together or not. But more importantly, I hope he gets help.
Anytime you bring media into your private residence,
right,
you're asking for trouble.
You mean like the studio?
All right.
Let's switch gears
Friday,
here.
drinking day.
I know you're probably excited about the movies and what's coming up next year. We talk about that all the time.
I'm excited for what's coming up during the holiday season, too, because there's some good stuff with Clooney and all that good
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
well, you can't go wrong there.
Right.
But RoboCop. Oh, come on.
No.
You weren't a fan of RoboCop?
We don't share
Yeah, you
the
know
same
what?
loves
40
of
years
movies.
ago, RoboCop was great.
RoboCop.
It's coming back. And they just released the trailer.
Now, what do I hate? What do I hate? The lack of originality in Hollywood.
That's
the fact
right.
that there are no
But
innovative
you like
concepts.
the law? You're into firearms?
The original RoboCop was very, very funny, kind of a vigilante theme to it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually
Mike,
liked it.
keep in mind his argument here. You like the law.
The law.
Don't you enjoy the law?
He's a police officer. Come
Yeah,
on.
All right, RoboCop. Who cares?
He's a police machine.
Oh,
Right.
come on.
I don't care for RoboCop. I mean,
If you-
I don't
you-
care for I don't like sequels, especially when they're it's
And it's not
played
even a
out.
sequel. It's a reboot.
It's
right?
a reboot, yes. Samuel L.
Lazy.
Jackson, Abby Cornish, and Michael Keaton. So it should be good.
You know, I'm sad.
Watch the trailer. Watch the trailer and then
I'm
judge
sad.
it.
I'm sad for Samuel L. Jackson. That's
Why?
what I'm saying. Because he shouldn't be in that movie. He should be making better movies.
Mark my words. It's got a $120 million budget, and it's going to be a blockbuster.
That's the kind of stuff you like. Kaboom, kaboom.
You know what's going to be great? Michael Keaton. He fits.
Oh, stop it.
It's like Mr. Mom, but with an attitude.
I mentioned this about 3 weeks ago. We didn't have the details, but now we do. It's official. Alec Baldwin will host a talk show on MSNBC on Friday nights.
I think that's excellent. I'll watch it.
I will too.
Did you hear about what he's going to be talking about?
No.
It's going to be like this show.
Really?
It's going to be, as we mentioned before, a reincarnation of his podcast
Okay.
on TV.
Maybe this is going to open that big door up for us.
Yeah, it's
I'm really
CES.
counting on that, Dan.
It's
This is
CES.
our big moment.
Then MSNBC.
That's cool.
Right? That's the way we're
Now,
going to
have
go.
you've not ever listened to him interview on his podcast?
No, I have not.
You should go and seek out a couple episodes. He did a couple. One he did with Letterman, where Letterman opens up more than he ever did with like Oprah, and it's really he's a great probing interviewer, and I really think because of his celebrity connections, people trust him. He's a good interviewer.
You know, for some reason, this is popping into my head. When I think of Alec Baldwin doing that, I think of Shatner's ill-fated television program.
Yes.
Where he did the interviews. Does Baldwin do the same kind of
But he's better
interviewing?
at it. Yeah,
Because
he's
they're really
very low
back.
key. He's
Okay.
very low key. I don't know if he's going to be able to be that low key on television,
Right.
Because it works in the intimate setting of I'm here with David Letterman, and that's not going to work on television.
We'll see what happens. TV could use a little mellowness.
Yeah.
Not that I want him to go totally Charlie Rose, but I'd love to be a little off of the Nancy Grace pace.
Yeah, something
I'd like
in the
to
middle,
And
yeah.
I like Alec Baldwin. It should be interesting.
The show will come out in October. It's going to be called Up Late with Alec Baldwin. You should also know, I think it's pretty cool because you always kind of think of these like multimillionaires and how they would do a show like this.
Right.
The way he does his show, he goes to like a really old recording studio in the middle, and he talks about it on his show in the middle of like an apartment building. Like, so if you're going to someone's house in New York, and then you walk in the house, and it's like just this guy that used to work in radio like 100 years ago that set up a little studio, and
Yeah.
that's where his guests go.
You know,
and he
one of the
goes.
things, and we've had this said
Yes.
about the show, is that people love the fact that this is in a private home. They
Yes.
like that vibe that they walk in. Everybody's usually very surprised.
It's the vibe.
when you walk in
Totally.
and you see this, but it is there is kind of a vibe. I know
Sure.
that I've gone to many different studios to do commercial work before, and I would always be fascinated by the places that were in these old homes.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much better than a strip mall or an industrial park. It's a lot more fun.
And what a great story to tell, even as a guest. Be like, okay, you have to come to this apartment building,
Right.
apartment building, not even like penthouse or anything
Right.
like that.
Right.
Pretty cool. Speaking of great entertainment, Breaking Bad. How far along are you in seasons?
I have not caught up yet. I'm still at the probably midway through season 2, so I got a long way to go.
Well,
this.
I'm jealous because you get to enjoy that firsthand.
Right.
Hopefully, you can catch up before the season finale and any spoilers come out, or the series finale, which is going to come up.
Great
here in,
article on
2 or 3 weeks.
on Cranston, Bryan Cranston in I think it's either Esquire or GQ. I'm pretty sure it's GQ, where they talk about him and his acting chops and how when he was doing Malcolm in the Middle, he was known to do anything they would ask. And the line on set was, "What won't Bryan Cranston do?"
Really?
And if you go back and look at the old Malcolm in the Middles and you see some of the stuff he does on that show.
Oh, God, I still remember when they had him shaved, when they had him standing in the kitchen getting his back shaved. I thought, who would do this?
He goes all the way. He commits.
He does commit.
And that's part of the charm of the guy. And so everybody's talking about this Breaking Bad season finale. It's just incredible.
And he spends so much time in his underwear.
Right.
In just Breaking Bad in general. Like, he's always there.
Yes,
and
I do.
I know we got to wrap this up, but know this, that the show is so intriguing and so real at times that prisoners in Australia are using the show. In one of their episodes, he basically gets out of wire ties by smashing a TV and putting two of the wires together to light the wire ties on fire.
Right.
So they've broken in this prison over 331 televisions.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, because they use them to light their cigarettes because they can't have lighters or matches inside the prison.
Which, can you imagine? I mean, how bad do they want a cigarette that they're getting rid of all of their television?
Yeah, but the televisions are all...
I know it's a foreign concept to you, but that's Pony Boy.
They're all bubble sets.
Okay.
So every time they walk in, because they have in this prison, they have them in each cell.
Right.
And you rent them for $2 a week. So if they would just smash them... Because it would just be a lighter,
I
and put
dropped
the
it.
wires together,
Good
and
night,
they would
mate.
light their cigarettes.
God, that's
so the prison
fantastic.
is reevaluating their rental fee.
That's
So that's
pretty
the
funny.
entertainment report.
There it is, Oscar Razzi. Thank you very much.
Oscar.
We'll take a break, come back with Rob and the Magic Audio Vault right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Here's a great idea to show off your personality or your business identity with personalized iPhone cases from Vistaprint.com. Vistaprint is a small business's best friend, and you can easily design your own iPhone case to get your business noticed or just to make your own personal statement. We want to thank everybody that has sent us pictures of their personal iPhone cases. You can do this for your business or just at home. They start at $14.99, and right now my listeners can get 25% off all iPhone cases when you go to Vistaprint.com/TMOS. Spend $30 or more, and the shipping is absolutely free. A great way to impress clients, to get your name out there. The possibilities are endless, from family photos to business logos. They're easy to create and will get you noticed. That's 25% off all personalized iPhone cases and free shipping when you spend more than $30. Just remember to go to Vistaprint.com/TMOS. And remember, most everything a small business needs for printing is available at Vistaprint. Let's open up the audio vault for Friday, September 6, 2013. Rob Spivak.
A special surprise in today's vault, a mini version of the Oscar Santana Challenge.
It's exciting.
Isn't it?
Isn't it exciting?
I'm excited.
Dan, are you excited?
Very.
There we go. Very
Let's
good.
do this.
What we're going to do today is we're going to have Oscar-named television shows based solely on their theme songs.
Okay.
And we'll see how he does. You can pipe in after he misses it.
Misses it.
Or gets it.
I'm great.
Let me make sure I get my buzzer
Okay.
and the dinger.
I want to go out on a big win.
Okay, Oscar, challenge number 1. Name this television show.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues.
Oh, this is Frasier.
Frasier. That's one in the win column.
1 for 1.
Very good. All right, we're going to go skew a little older here, but I think you'll get this one if you concentrate. Number 2 in the Oscar Santana Challenge.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
Come on.
The Lone Ranger.
Mike?
Bonanza.
Of course.
Jesus.
Of course.
Embarrass me.
Yeah, I know. Okay, in front of a guest. We have company.
I know.
Number 3 on the challenge. I'll give you a hint. Maybe the greatest sitcom in the history of television.
I Love Lucy.
Dan Cole.
Dick Van Dyke.
Thank you.
Attaboy. Thank you so much.
Very
And
good.
your 4th and final clue. Let's see if you can bat 500 today.
Now the story of a wealthy family who lost everything and the one son who had no choice but to keep them all together.
Anybody?
Malcolm in the Middle.
I'm sorry.
Pony Boy's weighing in.
Yes.
That's Arrested Development.
That is right.
Oh, I should know that.
So
Very
what
good.
we had today was Frasier, Bonanza, Dick Van Dyke, and Arrested Development. And you know what, Mike?
What?
You can watch all those shows anytime you want on Hulu Plus.
Ooh. There you go.
They're all
Product
available right
placement.
there. There you go. Now, I'm surprised we did not get into the in the entertainment page, and I want to be the first one to say this new movie looks ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's Vin Diesel with the 3rd Riddick movie coming out.
Coming out today.
And I know that you're not a big fan of the movies.
Jesus. I mean, you got the Monument Men coming out with Matt Damon and George Clooney. You've got these great movies. Who cares about RoboCop and
Because, Mike,
What?
it's great to hear Vin Diesel talk.
Okay.
If you close your eyes when I play this tape. Imagine it's Raymond's brother from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Hello, Raymond.
Because here he is talking about the third Riddick movie. And you know what? He's not doing it for himself.
I'm very excited about
He's
this.
doing it because everyone wanted a third Riddick movie.
It's a character that's always been close to me. It's a character that was my first big character in Hollywood. I think the character is so interesting and so dynamic. And the idea of playing a quintessential anti-hero is something that I can relate to. But most importantly, it was listening to an audience that said, we want the next chapter.
Yeah, they want it.
And I want to give them the next chapter.
Who are you?
Vin Diesel, but I don't sound anything like it.
And also, I like this, just because his voice, there's something so comically intriguing about his voice. They asked him what he thought about Ben Affleck being cast as Batman. Again, this is Vin Diesel, but imagine it's the guy who played Robert Barone.
Hello, Raymond.
I don't give a about Batman or who plays Batman. Let Warner Brothers hire whoever they want. Let Ben do whatever he wants. He got an Oscar. Give him some credit. Leave him alone.
Sounds smart.
I agree with him, though.
I do, too.
It's a good statement. I think they made too much of it. I mean, the nerds, we didn't talk about this when I was up in Maine.
Upset.
They went out of their minds over Ben Affleck. And the most telling comment about that particular casting choice for Batman was, he's got a great chin. And he does.
Yeah.
He's got a great chin
Perfect.
for Batman.
Yeah, you wouldn't want Jim McClure to play Batman. I wonder if he's listening. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jim.
Honey Boo Boo, they're really closing in, Mike, on the commitment ceremony for Mama June.
Now, I don't understand because I don't watch the show.
Okay, well, you know Mama June, who is the mother.
Yes.
And then there's Sugar Bear, who is her lover, I guess.
It's not really he's only the father to a few of the kids. He's not really the father to all of them.
So what they're
So
going
is
to do
Honey Boo Boo an illegitimate child, technically?
Technically, yes, but I've never seen anyone more legitimate.
She's too
As a
legit.
talent.
She's too legit.
She's too legit to quit.
So they have this whole show that's based on, I thought this was like Mama and Dada.
Well, it's a family. It's a family, and what they're doing is to increase their stock in the eyes of America. They're having a commitment ceremony.
Is that like a marriage?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, why don't they just get married?
Well, it's a commitment ceremony.
What is
I
a
don't know. Don't
what is-
ask me.
What is a commitment ceremony?
It's a marriage without being, I think, a legally binding marriage.
Why are they afraid of that?
Because they're redneck idiots.
Okay.
And it's not going well. Apparently, Mama June is under a lot of pressure.
Okay.
So, June, what's going on today?
In 2 days, I got 175 people showing up for an outdoor wedding, and it's probably going to rain. So, I've been on the damn toilet all morning stressing out.
She's been on the damn toilet all morning stressing out. I just want to throw in the decoding when I need to.
So sad.
What?
She's in the
commitment
bathroom.
ceremony's coming up, and it's making Mama really stressed, so she's pooping a lot. It's simple math.
I like my June no matter how much she can all day, I mean all year, but at the end she's still gonna be my June.
I don't poop when I get nervous, but my mama does.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, if I keep on this Schubert and the preacher's going to have to come in here, throw on a gas mask, and we're going to get married in the toilet.
They're going to get married in the toilet.
He knows
watches
this.
it.
I would go to him off air and say, "Don't play these." I can't get him to
right?
stop because I don't watch the show. But the clips that I hear make me laugh on this show.
Yeah, you
I'm
see,
sorry.
what I do,
Guilty. I'm a
I
hypocrite.
save you from having to watch the show.
Oh, God.
Do not watch the show.
I don't want to watch the show.
Good.
I'd rather just listen to you play these clips because I don't understand a word they're saying, but they just make me laugh.
Best 911 call of the month, probably right
Okay.
here. There was a couple of guys. They saw a young lady in the back seat of a car. She looked like she was cute, and they were checking her out. But as they looked at her, they said, "This doesn't look quite right." She turned and mouthed the words through the glass, "Help me."
Whoa.
She mouthed that to them.
That's scary.
And so they called 911, and listen, you can actually hear them talking through. The cops pulled up during the 911 call.
Wow.
Turns out the guy was arrested. He was guilty. It was a kidnapping. But this is awesome.
Me and another guy that were checking out the girl in the back seat because we're like, okay, she's kind of attractive. Then all of a sudden, the guy turned back looking at it, and he was like, the guy in the front is a black male wearing an orange shirt. He looked to the back seat, and the blonde female in the back, she's wife, was saying, "Help me," or something, whispering it. So I am assuming it is a kidnapping. Oh, my God, I'm hoping the car behind me is a police officer.
Correct.
Nope, it's not. Oh, my God. Thank God. You guys are awesome. Oh, my God. Oh my God, get him! Oh my God!
Okay, is there an officer behind him?
Yes, there's an officer behind him.
In the course of that call, a cop pulls up and arrests the guy. She had been kidnapped for an hour.
Whoa.
Isn't that awesome?
Amazing take.
Very cool. I normally close with a joke, but I'm going to leave you with some music, Mike.
Okay.
I've never heard this. I know we all love when William Shatner sings. But what about if you were to sing Queen?
Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. For me. For me. For me.
And that, Mike, that is your magic audio ball.
Keep it going, Rob. Dan Cole is from the Consumer Electronics Association. We're looking forward to joining you out there in Las Vegas. I hope you had a great time joining us on the show
Absolutely
today.
a blast, and we're thrilled to have you.
Good stuff, and if you want to get involved, just check them out, and you can Google the Consumer Electronics Association. Their International Consumer Electronics Show, January 7th through the 10th in Las Vegas, Nevada. For tech support questions for the Mike O'Mara Show, contact our man Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. All correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS, P.O. Box 3, Manassas, Virginia, 20108. Like to share what it means to you? Maybe see it in print? Send it along to TMOSbook@gmail.com. For Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying see you next time and have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
weekend. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
So you think you could stone me and spit in my eye? So you think you could love me and leave me to die?
Oh, yeah, one more thing. Please remember to grab your extended free trial of Hulu Plus, a special offer just for our listeners. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the Hulu Plus banner and start watching all of your favorite shows right now. Or you can go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Again, that's HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Or click the Hulu Plus banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. You may go now.